Hello guys, my name is Paulo Molina Lusbog. I'm CCJ2F. Um, the lesson for today are theories and causes of crime. Number 1, explain what is philosophic calculus and how does it affects the free will of person before arriving to a decision as to whether or not she will still commit a crime. Number 2, explain the six classifications of criminals devised by Cesar Lombroso. The philosophic calculus is an algorithm formulated by utilitarian philosopher Jeremy Bentham, 1747 to 1832. The calculating the degree or amount of pleasure that a specific action is likely to cause. Bentham, an ethical hedonist, believed the moral rightness and wrongness of an action to be a function of amount of pleasure or pain that it produced. The philosophic calculus could, in principle at least, determine the moral status of any considered act. The algorithm is also known as the utility calculus, the hedonistic calculus, and the hedonic calculus. Now, what is hedonistic calculus mean? A method of working out some total of pleasure and pain produced by an act, and thus the total value of each consequences, also called the philosophic calculus, sketched by Bentham in chapter 4 of his introduction to the principle of morals and legislation. Now, what is hedonic calculus mean? Bentham believed that a hedonic calculus is theoretically possible. A moralism maintained could sum up the units of pleasure and the units of pain of everyone likely to be affected immediately in the future, and could take the balance as measure of overall good. The hedonistic and hedonic are the function or branches of utilitarianism. Util, Utilitarianism is the moral theory that an action is morally right, and if only if it's productive of the most utility, happiness, or pleasure. For the greatest number of persons, Bentham believed the right act is the act which all of those open to the agent will actually or probably produce the greatest amount of pleasure in the world in a large. Pleasure and pain form the basis of the standard of right and wrong. To be included in this calculation are several variables, which Bentham called circumstances. These are: number 1, intensity. How strong is pleasure? It means Bentham believes to how strong our happiness in this case of philosophic calculus. Number 2, duration. How long will the pleasure last? It means kung gaano tatagal yung pleasure natin, ganun. Number 3, certainty or uncertainty. how likely is that the pleasure will occur. Dito ano naman to, kung hanggang saan yon yung magugustuhan natin yung pleasure na tinatawag nila, kung hanggang saan natin siya may exist. Proximity or remoteness, how soon will the pleasure occur? Number 5, precondity, the probability that the action will be followed by sensation of the same kind. Number 6, purity, the probability that it will not follow by sensation of the opposite kind. Number 7, extent, how many people will be affected. Dito sa extent naman, yung gaya nga ng tanong kanina, yung and how does it affects the free will of the person before arriving a decision as to whether or not she will still commit crime. In this case of philosophy calculus, it is affected in many person because of the law. We have a government to produce a law to control the volume of crime. Because if there is no law, there's a crime. Kaya yung mga pleasure ng ibang tao hindi na kasi nga because of the law. Wala na tayong kalayaan dahil sa batas. Ngayon, we proceed to the 6 classification of crime by Cesar Lombroso. Now, who is Cesar Lombroso? Is extremely important in the history of criminology. His theory on the classification of criminals was the main tool people used to profile them for a long time. Some of these ideas are actually still being discussed. Cesar Lombroso is considered the father of criminology. His criminal classification were relevant for a long time. And these are the 6 classification of criminals by Lombroso. Number 1, born criminals. There are born criminals. According to Lombroso, the belief that criminal behavior is inherited. In this case, the criminalistic of being a person, if you are a criminal, you born criminal, or namana sa pinanggalingan natin. Number 2, criminal by passion are individuals who are easily influenced by emotion like pity or anger. In this criminal case naman, makakagawa ka ng criminality kapag nagalit ka o kaya hindi mainitin ang ulo mo. Kasi sinasabi naman talaga nila na ang tao parang hayop din naman yan. Sabi, marunong masaktan, may damdamin kasi tayo na pag di na natin kaya, lalabas na natin yan. Doon tayo nakakagawa ng masama. As long as hindi natin nakakontrol yung ating ego. Number 3, insane criminals are those who commit crime due to abnormalities or psychological disorder. Lombroso argued that this type of criminal should be exempted from criminal liability. Ito namang insane criminal, ang nakakagawa naman ito yung mga taong walang kamalayan. Kung sabaga may sira sila sa pag-iisip, Parang hindi nila alam yung ginagawa nila, na para sa kanila ito'y laro lamang or baliwala. So sila yung sinasabing exempted na mga galing mental hospital, ganyan. Number 4, criminaloids. Those type of criminal who commit crime due to less physical stamina and self-control. Dito sa number 4, ito yung alam mo yung meron tayong tinatawag na adrenaline power, parang gano'n, adrenaline rush, na once na natatakot tayo o once na sa biglaang galit, ganyan, nakakapaglabas tayo ng lakas na, or nawawala tayo sa mga bagay na na nakapokus tayo, yung self control natin, ganyan, bumababa siya, kaya magkakagawa tayo ng kasalanan, ng criminality. Number 5, occasional criminals. Those type of criminals who commit crime due to insignificant reason that push them to do a given situation. Ito namang mga occasional criminals na to, ito naman yung mga pagkakataon kasi, halimbawa may botohan, diyan sa botohan na yan, diyan marami nakakagawa ng criminality diyan, mga kriminalidad diyan, mga pandaraya, mga ganyan, mga pandarambong, yan ang mga occasional, kung sabaga mangyayari lang siya pag may mga event, mga event yan, occasional yan. Number 6, pseudo criminals are those who kill by means of self-defense. Dito naman sa number 6 na to, sa bagay, pinagtanggol natin yung sarili natin, or meron tayong pinagtanggol na tao, kaya mahal natin sa buhay, yung mga hindi inaasahan. Halimbawa na hold up tayo, may kasama kang babae, tapos yung hold up nagkaroon ng ibang meaning ba, parang gusto na rin kayong saktan o kaya patayin, parang ganun. Siyempre nasa sayo yun kung lalaban ka man o hindi, depende na lang sa sitwasyon. Pero kung sa self defense kasi, ang kalimitan dyan, tangka na talaga kayong patayin ng tao, kaya matututo kang lumaban kahit ayaw mo, kahit duwag ka, as long as ayaw mo mamatay. Yun lang po ang masasabi ko, at salamat po, at sana po ay nagustuhan niyo po yung ginawa kong video, kasi po mainit po ngayon. Salamat po, God bless po lahat, salamat po.